Hello, baby.
Hello, nasty. Hello there.
Hello.
I say hello.
Hello, friend.
Well, hello, little girl.
Hello, my treacherous friends.
Hello, operator. The beginning of everything.
Welcome back, my friends.
It's showtime.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 231 of The Brink of Sanity, the internet's least listened to comedy show. I am Jay, and with me is Mark.
In fairness, you probably have no idea if it's actually the least listened to show. I'm sure there are a lot of shows get listened to less that you just never heard of.
Who's going to prove me wrong?
I am not interested enough to continue this part of the conversation. Jay, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Are you good at cutting things with scissors?
I would say I am mediocre.
Okay. How has it affected your life, your mediocre cutting skills?
I have some presents that I wrap that look like a child did it.
Well, wrapping the presents and cutting are different skill set.
Well, you got to cut the wrapping paper, and if you have a bunch of uneven edges, it doesn't really matter how you tape it, right?
How important is this skill set to be able to cut stuff?
I
What
don't
makes
think
one a
it's
good
very-
cutter?
Unless you're in grammar school, like first and second grade, I would say.
Here's where I'm going with this.
Oh, a kid's story.
Kid story. Every week is kid stuff. All I have is kid stuff to talk about because I'm around my kids all the time. My son, we went in for maybe a few months back or a month back or whatever the hell it was, the teacher-parent conference. And the teacher said, your son, he's great. He's a happy kid. He's not so good with scissors. He needs to really work on the scissors. And we said, oh, okay. Do you have any kid scissors at home? I'm like, I don't have any kid scissors at home. I'll buy 30 or 40, I guess, of those scissors. I'll buy scissors. I'll make sure he knows how to cut because I know it's an important skill, I think.
My last job I interviewed for, they asked how my cutting skills were.
Did you interview to be a 6-year-old?
No, they saw me walking to the post office with one of my eBay packages, and it was very misshapen, and they're like, we got to ask this guy about his cutting skills.
Did you not get the job?
Did not get the job. They said
you know what the job was? I
specifically-
know it was. It was film editing, and they're like, you can't cut film for editing.
Right. We're an old-timey TV studio that still cuts film, and you're the cut of your jib.
You only apply for jobs where the like, okay, I'll do editing for you, but we need to use editing 1940 style.
Or this one random program that I pirated in 94.
So they said like it was that and he had to work on his writing. He's not the best writer. I mean, none of them are that great. I guess some of them are better than my son, but he's writing his name
like poetry or like legibility.
Legibility. Like his name, it's a pretty like it'd be like who's that artist Dali. It's like Dali. Is that
Salvador
right?
Dali?
Salvador Dali. It's like Salvador. My son is like channeling Salvador Dali when he writes his name. It's like that close to his actual name.
The only class I ever failed in the history of me going to school was penmanship.
Is that really a class, or are you making that up?
It was third grade penmanship.
Oh,
It was grad school, right? I had advanced accounting, cutting, and penmanship.
I'm getting my MBA in penmanship. It's not going well. Hopefully, if I finally make it through, I'll get a job as a script writer.
Jay, you got an A in accounting, but you only got a B in cutting and a D+ in penmanship, so we can't graduate you.
Jay, you could graduate. Just sign your name legibly here. Oh wait, you're not going to graduate. So they said it's his cutting and his writing, and like he has to work on it. Obviously, I understand. Be able to write legibly is kind of important. But I understand that part. Obviously, is very important. But the part about cutting, I was like, well, okay. I mean, that makes sense to me. We got to make sure he can cut. So anyway, he bought some scissors and go home. I'm like, here, cut this. And he cuts it. I mean, he doesn't cut in a straight line, but he kind of cuts it basically. It's like not the sharpest cut. And we've been kind of working on that. And so the other day at school at the drop-off, I was like,
you actually took her advice and are practicing the cutting?
what the hell?
Is he
I don't
gonna,
know.
like, get
Like
left-
someone tells you something wrong with your kid, you're like, I'm going to practice this useless skill.
Is he going to like get left back? Is he going to have to retake preschool if he doesn't cut better?
I I don't know. She recommended, she's like, get him Play-Doh because that'll strengthen his fingers. Maybe doing Legos, things to strengthen the fingers will be important to help him make him better cutter. And I'm like, I didn't know he had weak fingers and he can't. I thought he could play with Play-Doh and he does Legos at home. But okay, we also bought like a bunch more Legos. I overreacted to this thing.
You sure did.
I sure did. Oh no, you don't know how much we have a basement. It's a little playroom area. It is just covered in Play-Doh now. I bought like $50 worth of Play-Doh, which is a lot of Play-Doh.
Your teacher said your son has weak fingers?
Weak fingers. Or she said they need to strengthen his fingers. Didn't say, oh, your son has weak fingers. She just said your son needs to strengthen his fingers.
She didn't say it, but she strongly implied that your son is a weak-fingered fuck.
She was just like, I'm not going to, I don't want to say anything negative about your child, but he seems like his fingers are a little gay. So he called my son's fingers girly man.
Your son has what we call fag fingers.
This has nothing to do with like if he was gay, it'd be totally fine. But his fingers, they cannot be gay.
We're not saying your son's gay. He just cuts like a homosexual.
I asked this teacher the other day. I'm like, oh, how is his cutting now? Because
I can't believe you're worried about it.
I was concerned about
that.
this.
That is the funniest part, that you're actually worried about it.
It's the dumbest shit like. I don't know where this skill is used besides getting to fifth grade, getting to like kindergarten.
You're just leaving like origami books laying around the house, hoping he gets inspired.
I mean, there are a lot of things you learn in school, like learning the order of the planets is only useful for like a trivia question or to tell your kid the order of the planets. It's not of no actual use in real life. Knowing where Mercury is in regard to Venus doesn't help unless you're an astronomer or a rocket scientist, I guess. Anyway, so the cutting thing, I guess my son was going to be some kind of artist, and his art involved cutting straight lines. He'd be behind the curve. So other kids apparently are better cutters than him.
So I just tell him to only cut spaghetti.
Yeah, well, what I don't understand is
cooked spaghetti. Obviously.
I asked the teacher, and she's like, his writing is getting better. Look, and she shows me on the wall, like, this is his name. He wrote his name. It's a little better than before. It's getting better. Still needs work. Totally understand that part. And he doesn't love writing in general, so got to work on that. But she's like, his cutting is still really subpar. He needs to cut more. He needs really a lot more practice in cutting.
And you just had a goddamn meltdown over that, didn't you?
I was like, I come home and like, so I do have him do more cutting, and he cuts. He cuts I draw like a couple squares. I'm like, I'm making a game. I'm like, cut these out. And he doesn't cut like on straight lines, and he kind of cuts the way he wants to. But generally, everything gets cut. I don't understand. I turn to my wife. I'm like, the whole being a weak cutter, what the fuck is she talking about? He can cut the paper. I don't know what she even means. I have no clue. I give him the scissor, tell him to cut the paper. He cuts the paper. I didn't know he had to cut like a perfect. Is she saying he doesn't cut perfect lines, or he just can't cut? She made it sound like he has to work on strengthening his fingers, as if he couldn't close the scissor, which seemed like the scissors kind of close on their own anyway. So I don't know what she's talking about. Or maybe they have like a rusty old scissor at school where like it takes the strength of 5 kids to close it.
I'm pretty sure that during your first parent-teacher, she realized how neurotic you were and decided to fuck with you the rest of the year.
What kind of fucking skill? Like not good with cutting scissors. Fine, then he won't run with them either, okay? Who gives a shit?
I mean, what else are you going to do? You're teaching 4-year-olds.
Whether President Obama is good with scissors does not matter in his entire life.
I mean, what are the subjects in preschool? It's like cutting, coloring, napping, eating your snack, and not punching other kids.
Are you a preschool teacher? Because that's pretty much it.
Well, I mean,
and my kid goes to a synagogue, a school at a temple, so it's also like some Jewish stuff and don't punch kids.
Some indoctrination, some propaganda.
Definitely some indoctrination.
Great.
Some weird stuff we have to like he talks all about it. We're like, that's not that important. We don't care. Daddy, can we keep the Shabbat? No, not really. No interest in doing that. No, it was a better deal than we just like the preschool. That's all. Daddy, why were the Jews slaves in Egypt? I don't know if they really were. Someone probably made that shit up. Who cares?
Here's a video game. Shut up.
Let's just talk about something more important. The Mets are more important. Let's talk about the Mets, okay?
But I mean, if you don't want to talk about that, why'd you send them there?
Oh, I don't know. I don't
It's
know.
always the woman. It's always
She
the woman.
chooses, and we chose this, or she chose this, and it seems like a nice place, and I have no goddamn clue. We just, you know what it is? When you have a kid, the parent who looks into the preschool has a lot of say into which preschool the kid goes to.
So let me guess. One parent looked into preschools, and the other parent emailed Jay 45 times at work that day about the Knicks.
Well, you know what? When we were in the city, he went to preschool in the city, and the one the Temple was just a lot cheap. Not they were all really expensive, but the one in the Temple was a lot cheaper than the other ones. So we were like, it was like kind of made me saving money, and then she kept going with that. Yeah, I'm emailing. I'm concentrating on this stupid podcast and the Knicks, and that's why I don't have a say in the Temple.
All right. Well, I guess unless he gets really, really serious, unless he turns into one of those blood-sucking rabbi people, I guess it's all right.
And just for people who listen to the show, Jay is actually not calling rabbis bloodsuckers. There was actually a thing about rabbis who suck penis blood.
After the bris. That's
After the
that's
bris.
an actual job that somebody applied for.
I feel
knowing
like
this.
you can't just let that one go. Like just like assume people listen to all the episodes and get that reference.
You guys haven't listened to episode 162 of The Brink of Sanity?
You can't say blood-sucking rabbi and be like, oh, I don't know how people misinterpreted that line. It's from an actual news story. Jay's not making it up. Go back and listen to the show and figure out what episode it is and let us know.
The rabbi actually gave those babies herpes, too. It got
really weird. And
yeah.
This is totally
That story
true.
went to some
It's
dark
kind of-
places.
Yeah, it was like a part of an Orthodox Jewish tradition. It's not most Jews that are sucked babies' blood. It was just a certain segment of them that
The ones that look like Amish people. Right?
It's the ones you take the really insane Jews and they call these people crazy. That's what it has to be. Like this is the beyond.
Are they the same ones that are delaying flights because they refuse to sit next to women on their flights, so they're standing and
Probably. Oh my God! Really? Is this a story?
Yes.
What
Yeah,
a fucking
apparently
nerd.
it's like a huge problem on all the flights to Israel. The Hasidic Jews stand in the aisles because they won't sit next to women, and they'll do it for the entire flight. So if you have to go to the bathroom, it takes you like 15 minutes because they're all blocking the aisles.
What the fuck is wrong with people? It's just this, like all these people with this religion, like, you know what? We made up stuff, and I follow stuff we made up, and it says I can't sit next to women because they have cooties. That was the word from God. God said to Moses on Mount Sinai, cannot sit next to women on plane flights.
My favorite one is there was a rule that you can't fly over a graveyard, and the airport was like between two graveyards.
Yeah.
So this guy wrapped himself up in a plastic bag and sat in his chair totally wrapped up in plastic. Because apparently, I love how in every religion, no matter what the rule is, you can just cheat. Because wrapping himself up in the plastic bag gave him a barrier that enabled him to fly over graveyards. This is also a true story.
I always kind of wonder, like, they always have like a high rabbi's council or whatever other religion has a high bishop council, whatever. I always wonder if it's like a bunch of 4-year-olds that get to make up like, well, then you can be wrapped in plastic. That'll solve it. Thank you, 4-year-old rabbi.
It's my special space barrier for graveyard zombies.
It's like they're playing make-believe. I mean, they are playing make-believe. It's not like they are playing make-believe and you can change the rules because it's all goddamn make-believe.
Right. It's just amazing that no matter what the rule, they just come up with. You know what? I don't like the whole not eating on Friday nights, so we'll just set timers in our oven. Problem solved. Anyway,
not to go off of religion, even though it's a pretty stupid thing for the most part. But I sent my kid to Jewish preschool, so I'm the idiot, actually.
you are the problem.
I am the problem. Do you want to hear about more kids? I have there's a ton of kids.
I'm sure you have plenty. This is what happens when you discontinue your baby blog. You got nowhere for this stuff to go.
Yeah. This won't take you on a kid's. Well, we hired a new nanny, and when I was interviewing the new nanny, if you listened to the last show, I talked about my new nanny. She asked about my kids' diet. My kids are very picky eaters, and they eat like chicken nuggets, pasta, like kid stuff.
So they're pretty much every kid. Mac
Yeah,
and
pretty much
cheese, hot
every goddamn
dogs, and chicken nuggets.
Yeah, 'cause every once in a while, there's a kid that eats sushi and calamari, but like for the most part, they all eat the exact same things. Anyway, she was like, "Do your kids eat? What kind of veggies do your kids eat?" And I was like, "I don't think they've eaten a veggie in like the last year at least." Uh, and I was feeling bad. I'm like, "Well, I try to, but I actually don't even try to make them eat veggies anymore." But then the more I thought about it, Jay, how many veggies have you eaten? Like, you've eaten a veggie today?
Mm, is beans a vegetable?
Well, if beans a vegetable, then I'm a vegetarian. Well, I don't think beans count as a vegetable. They're a bean. I do eat a lot of beans, obviously, as listeners of the show know.
Then I had no vegetables.
This week, what's the vegetable you had this week?
This week, I think
Do you have a carrot this week?
I did not have a carrot this week.
This month, since in the last year, tell me the last vegetable you had.
I mean, I had
Since you've been alive,
I had a carrot cake. Does that count? There's carrots in
not
there.
even remotely.
Okay.
Tell me the last time you ate a veggie. Think about it. Like you had a salad, that'd be fine, obviously. Tell me the last time you had a vegetable.
Well, I had some peppers in a dish.
When you say in a dish, you mean on a pizza?
No, it was like a rice and beans type of thing with like some red peppers cooked in there.
Oh, there you go. When was that?
That was like a week ago. I had a burger a couple days ago and it had lettuce on it.
Should I feel bad that my kids don't eat vegetables when adults don't eat vegetables either?
I had pizza today and tomato sauce.
Yeah, that's close enough.
Although tomato's technically a fruit.
Yeah, so you had your my kids will eat some fruits, but just vegetables they just don't eat. And I don't really eat vegetables. If you don't count beans, I may have not eaten a vegetable in the last 6 months.
Oh, yesterday I had sweet potato fries, and potatoes are a vegetable.
That actually, I do have some sweet potatoes. My daughter once in a while actually will have some sweet potatoes, but I think in fry form they're no longer a vegetable.
I think the point is barely. I barely eat vegetables.
I think people have gotten. I feel like does any adult eat a lot of vegetables unless they eat, they're like on a diet eating a lot of salads? That's pretty much it.
Salads are the worst. They really are.
Well, the best thing about salad is no one eats a salad. Everyone eats salad with so much crap on it and so much and they're like, okay, now I have to pile on the flavor because salad tastes like shit.
Right. It's like 3 pieces of lettuce, and then they put like ham and chicken and smother it in 3 different dressings and croutons.
I'm now going to take a couple shots of oil
and eggs and cheese.
You're like
salad.
Yeah, you're like because there's a piece of lettuce in there, it does not make that a salad. I don't know what the hell you've created, but it's not a salad.
That's why when you go to Outback, the salad has more calories than the burger. True story.
Is that true?
Yeah. Their salad has like 1,200 calories or something ridiculous in it.
It really is the whole concept. They should stop telling people a salad is healthy because people do that. They'll take a salad and put like a gallon of Russian dressing on it and be like, I'm eating healthy today. And their arteries are like, please stop.
I think it's the same thing at McDonald's. I think their salad has as many calories as the like a quarter pounder or something.
It really makes puts things in perspective that we can fuck up anything healthy.
Yeah, it's the American way.
Yeah.
We got an email.
That's amazing. I don't want to hear about it. I just want to thank you for telling me we had an email. I have more kids topics. Go on, tell me. Tell me about the email.
thebrinkofsanity@gmail.com. Frankie writes, you got to mail tacos and keep calling L.A. New Yorkers are as good sports as L.A.
Hell yeah.
2 episodes ago, we were talking about mailing tacos.
Yeah, 2 episodes. And then we called Walmart in L.A.
Alex writes, was wondering how excited, annoyed, depressed, sweary, good or bad you get these days over Knicks games. Are you in the mood for days following bad defeats, or as the team's form over the years meant that you come to expect disappointment and that you don't get that upset?
Isn't that a Knicks question?
That is a Knicks question.
Can't you did you read this beforehand?
No.
Or would you have stopped at the word Knicks?
I like the element of surprise.
Wow.
I'm going to forward that to our Knicks email. Thank you, Alex. Stuart writes, in Australia lately, there's been a concerning trend of people driving around with those goofy stickers of stick figures of their car. You know, the stickers that each represent a member of the family. Have you seen them?
Okay, so you know what? I had read this email when we got this.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen this. I saw that and I was like, that's that's what they. I didn't realize they were each member. I figured they could be each member of the family.
Really, you didn't know that?
Yeah, my son doesn't know how to cut with scissors. I'm not like a role model.
The stick figures are usually of the parents firstly, then the two kids, and also the family cat. Absolutely fascinating stuff. My question is, do you guys often lose the will to live?
I don't understand why people do that. Also, I've seen that and just like I kind of figured it was the family, but like why? Like what's the we want to make sure everyone knows how big our family is, and then we have a cat, and that what?
I was going to run this guy off the road, but he has a stick figure of a baby, so maybe I'll wait for the next guy.
Yo, Joey, let's carjack the other one. That one has like kids on the stickers. Do you want to hear about my organic milk conspiracy?
I do, yeah.
Unless you brought a lot more stuff to talk about. So in my town, this is something that's driving me insane. It all relates to kids. But my wife insists, and people, you might as well just call this, Mark talks about his kids, Jay goes to sleep. For the title of the show. But my wife insists for our kids, they have to drink organic milk. Do you think organic milk is better than regular milk? Do you think there's any difference?
No, because milk is organic.
Because it's from animals? What
right. Like, what is not organic milk? It's not milk if it's not organic.
Fair enough. Can you debate my wife?
Yeah, bring her on.
Yeah, okay. Liz? Oh, well. So basically,
milk comes directly from an animal. How would it not be organic?
I don't know. They have this whole thing about what makes something organic or not organic. Because organic is like a whole
Is that the scam? Because that sounds like the scam right there. Or is there more to this?
No. There's more to this. It has nothing to do. I gave it a long time ago to buying organic milk. She insists on it, claims it's better for them, and I'm like, whatever. They put
because remember all the organic milk we drank as kids?
Yeah, it made a big difference.
Yeah.
They apparently pump the cows now with so many antibiotics, and they don't do the organic cows get less or antibiotics. I don't know. It's all the things that we do to the kids that we didn't have any stuff when we were kids, and we became adults. So how bad could it have been? But anyway, so I gave into this a while ago. When we were in the city, I had to go buy the organic milk. The organic milk, like regular milk, cost like $3.50 a gallon. They drink a lot of milk. So you buy it by the gallon. It was like $3.50 a gallon. The organic milk was like $7.
Oof.
And I was like, this goddamn sucks. But whatever. But the benefit was like when you buy regular milk, it would say today's date is, what does it say, January 13th? Mm-hmm. The expiration would say January 25th, right? For when you buy regular milk. When you buy organic, it says March 12th.
Really?
Yeah, for some reason, the dates are always like 2 months away. It's like oh, I could keep this. Apparently, I can keep this for a couple months now.
I thought it'd be the opposite.
Yeah, so that was the one thing I was like, well, you know what? Even if they don't drink it fast enough, I don't have to worry about it expiring. So
I've had Wonder Bread in the fridge since literally September, and it's fine. But I bought fresh bread 3 days ago, mold everywhere.
I don't know if Wonder Bread is actually bread, but yeah.
I'm thinking it's not because it's been in there about 4 months and it looks fine. That's not normal.
I think they're actually not allowed to give Wonder Bread to kids. I think that's considered child abuse these days. So what I would do also is because the kids go through milk so fast, I'd go to the supermarket and buy like 3 or 4 gallons of milk, and that way I don't have to go back to the supermarket to buy milk again for a little while. And this is working fine in the city. I moved to the suburbs. The supermarket, there's one supermarket in our town. Big supermarket, Stop and Shop. Go in there. They have huge thing of milk. Like the huge area, like just tons and tons. They may sell 30 different varieties of milk. There's like 300 gallons of milk to buy at any one time. So shouldn't be a problem. But you know what? You look for the organic. There's no goddamn organic. There's like in the little corner, there's like one brand of organic, and they sell they have 3 of them at a time at max in the store, and we have to get the whole milk with the 2%, and they rarely even have that. And you have to go back to the store multiple times to make sure to get the goddamn organic milk. I can't find organic milk in my town. You can buy it by the half gallon, but the half gallon, it's like $4 per $4 or $5 per half gallon. It's like much more expensive to buy by the half gallon. And it drives me insane because I go to the supermarket and they don't have organic milk. Then I have to go back and I have to go back multiple times to goddamn get this milk.
Why don't you just bring home almond milk?
We're not getting almond milk. We're not like on hippies on a farm.
It's delicious.
Oh, come on. And that stuff's expensive too. I just want to have buy the goddamn milk and also pay less. And I can't I'm like, well, this milk is like, they say vitamin D and very healthy. She's like, it's not organic. I'm like, God damn it. I bring it home. She won't give it to the kids. So I have to get the organic.
All right.
That's my, and I think there's like maybe it's not conspiracy, but it's driving me insane that I can't find enough organic milk in my town.
That is fascinating.
Yeah. You want to just rewind and we can record something else?
Hi, welcome to episode 231 of The Brink of Sanity. I forgot to ask for questions on Twitter. We are Brink of Sanity 3 on Twitter. Let's do some Facebook questions.
You want to do our top 5?
Let's do our top 5.
Did you do the top 5?
I did. I was in the small, minuscule chance that Bri actually does call in. I figured we'd wait for the top 5.
Okay, we can do the Facebook questions first then. Here's a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Would you prefer, by the way, did I win the $1 billion jackpot? I think that's tonight.
Isn't the drawing at 10?
Oh, is that 10?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll win $1 billion at 10 o'clock. Would you rather have a cash payment of $50,000 or you get 1 hour of sleep more every day for the rest of the year? For an entire year.
Do I lose that time, or it's just like I feel an hour extra rested?
Yeah, you feel an hour rested. You get like whatever the
like if I go to bed at midnight and I wake up at 7, I feel like I have 8 hours sleep instead of 7.
Yeah, you don't have to like you're not like gonna sleep an hour later and they'll be like, Jay, you're showing up late to work every
yeah, I mean,
day.
It's like I could do that right now. It just won't be convenient.
Right, like it won't be convenient not to have a job, but I could do that.
Yeah.
So you just feel an extra hour of rest. You can sleep the same amount of time you're doing now, but you have the feeling of you've rested an extra hour.
Yeah, I would definitely take that.
Over $50,000.
Yeah.
100,000.
Yeah.
$500,000. And this is just for 1 year.
Oh, for 1 year. 50,000, yes. 100,000, no. I thought it was like perpetual.
Oh, okay. $1 million rest of your life.
Oh, that's tough. That's really tough.
I was talking to some other parent at the playground. I asked her this question. I asked the $50,000 version. She's like, $1 million, not a chance. I wouldn't even take it. She's like, not even like $1 million wouldn't be close to worth it.
I don't even have a kid, and I'm debating. I would probably take the sleep.
Oh my god! I just like you couldn't, but for $1 million, you couldn't buy them more sleep. So like it wouldn't. I mean, I guess you could buy someone to come into your home and like watch your kids or like not go to work so you could sleep a little more.
Yeah.
But so I guess Brian. I don't think Brian's going to be on the show. So I have another thing I want to say. I'll wait for Brian for this one. Let's do the Facebook questions.
Okay. Steven writes, I'm going to college. Do you think the staff will make me flip my satanic shirts inside out? You know, like high school. I don't think you're going to college, Steven. I think you're pulling it out.
Yeah. I would say with that, I would say that he's probably not going to college. And why do you need to wear satanic shirts?
I don't know. I don't know why you need to, but I also don't think they would make you flip it inside out in college.
Yeah. And I think if you have a real need to wear a satanic shirt, maybe you just don't need to go to college. Might not be for you.
Maybe it's going to devil college.
Go to devil college. Make the deal with the devil so you don't have to go to college. Did you watch any of the State of the Union yesterday?
No, I forgot it was on.
So it's the last day of the Union, and Obama now he's going to he aims to spend the rest of his presidency. He's going to be traveling around the states. He's going to be in Nebraska and Louisiana, I guess, today or tomorrow, and aims to kick off a discussion on the future. He apparently went to go meet with woman had written him a letter saying, I'm having a baby. What's the future hold for my baby? And he's going to meet with this woman as part of his tour of talking about the future.
He's just meeting with individual people.
I don't know.
That might take a while.
But maybe if he goes to meet with every person in America, that wouldn't be the worst way to spend this last year of president. Why does the president do this like dumbass shit, like go riding in cars with Jerry Seinfeld and like go on tours to tell people about the future? Why don't you just do shit while you're still in office? You have another year.
If he's doing stupid shit like that, get him on the podcast.
I wish I could do an impression. Oh, Jay, I am here to talk about. I mean, I know there's a war in the Middle East and all that, but let's just talk about. I'm president and talk about the future. The future looks bright for you, Jay, because you live in America.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about the future. We're talking about shit on tissues that gets flipped inside out. That's the topic for today.
According to my people, where you were not allowed to say that, and now the FBI might kill your family. um.
Okay, Facebook questions.
Yeah, I just don't understand what the president does. Like, why does the president goes on like Jay Leno or whatever the night shows and like why does they have to do all this like?
I would rather him do that than just disappear in his Texas ranch for 100 straight days like Bush did.
But they all do this like bullshit stuff, whether they're disappearing in their ranch or they're going on like publicity tour. Can't you just do the job as being president? Could you at work be like, hey, I'm going to make some appearances and I'm going to just go talk to some people about the future. I'll be back in a year. Keep paying me.
Yeah, I mean, that must be weird. We're like, President, we need you to sign this bill. Yeah, I'm doing Zach Galifianakis' fake public access TV show today instead.
Yeah, exactly. Some woman wrote to him, here was the letter. Will my son be able to thrive on this planet? She asked in an emailed letter released by the White House on Wednesday. What the White House had to release this letter? Will he be able to experience the small things such as a winter in Nebraska where he has snow days and sledding, where he comes home to me cooking homemade hot cocoa for him like I did? Sadly, I think the answer is no. And Obama's meeting with this woman to convince her, I don't know what.
Wait, so they're actually reading these emails?
The White House had this was like a released email for the news.
Where is it?
She lives in Nebraska in a small
No.
town.
We need his email address. I'm going to email him and ask him for an iTunes review and ask if he could buy a Brink of Sanity shirt to support the show. I swear I'll do it. We got to find the email address. I mean, if they're reading
it's like
this,
at whitehouse.gov or something like that. You can like send emails to the president. They don't like go to him.
well, somebody's reading them, and he gets some of them.
I doubt he really reads many of them. But yeah, you could probably go to whitehouse.gov. I bet you find an address. And I bet whatever you write, you end up like the Secret Service comes to speak to you after that.
Yeah, be like I have a podcast, and it doesn't have a lot of listeners, and we'd like your endorsement.
Could you come on the show or declare that our show a terrorist organization? Whichever would be helpful.
Either one. We just need publicity. I don't care if it's good or bad.
Facebook question?
Sarah writes, have you guys heard of the Alex Jones show on YouTube? It's basically InfoWars, the online show.
This would have to be you as you're the InfoWars fan.
Well, Alex Jones is the guy who owns InfoWars.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's why it's very similar, because that's just the video version of his stupid text website.
I think they know that.
I'm not sure if Sarah knew that.
I think she meant, have you seen his, she was just.
Oh, well, I can't really watch that at work, and I don't want to waste my free time watching it. So I've only seen like a minute or two clip here and there. It's a lot of just yelling.
Listen, boss, I would never watch the InfoWars stuff at home. I only use work time to read InfoWars articles and troll people on that site. You must be really proud of me. I'm a model employee.
It's he yells a lot. That's it's just incoherent screaming, which explains the commenters on the website. She also writes, I disagree with you guys 40% of the time, but you're doing something right because I still love the show.
Okay. You can disagree with us 40% of the time and love the show. You can disagree with us 100% of the time. I didn't know we say enough things that you can disagree with.
Well, I was thinking like 60% of the show is personal stories. So basically you disagree with everything about every topic that isn't like personal stories.
It's fine with me. So far in the show, she's disagreeing with my stance on organic milk. The fact that I told that story. The fact that my son maybe thinks my son needs to cut with scissors, and it's a very important skill. And she disagrees that Obama should be able to go on any talk show he wants.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Andrew writes, have you guys had to flip any tissues lately? I think only Rosero flips tissues.
Yeah, we still don't know what that actually meant.
And he disappeared, so we don't know. We'll never get an end to that story.
He still comments on the Knicks show, on the Knicks site, even though Steven's obsessed with him. I think Steven is Rosero. My
Maybe.
new theory, my new working theory.
Ralph wrote something about he heard that New York prices are outrageous, and is that true? And how can you afford to live in New York? And then Steven said something nasty, and Ralph got mad and deleted his post. So I didn't get I can't read it verbatim. But I'm going to read his question anyway because Steven's being a jerk.
What did Steven? Steven, why are you trolling our only listeners?
Seriously, we have like 4 people that post questions, and you made one of them delete his question.
Ralph, we're sorry that Steven is mean to you. Can't you guys play nicely?
Jesus Christ, Steven.
What was Steven's comment to him to get him the?
Shut up, Ralph.
Well, why would you say he said shut up and I'm going to listen to him now? I'm not mediating fight between the kids. Who gives a crap? Go to the next question.
Be nice. Be nice to everyone in the group. All 4 people get along.
How about just be nice to everyone? Just be nice to everyone in general.
We'll ban everybody. It'll just be a music show. We'll just be DJs. I'll just announce the next song, and then we'll sit here in silence and listen to it.
Downloads do not decrease.
Yeah, exactly. Then Mark will pick a song, and we'll just go back and forth like that.
I'm thinking something by Mountain. Jay, can you guess what I'm thinking?
Well, they have one song, so it'll probably be that one. Let's see.
Okay.
What is your, Andrew again, what is your favorite bar in New York City? And Jay, you can't say that gay bar from your birthday.
You're not going to answer Ralph's question? Yes, New York City is expensive.
Oh, I think he said is the salaries more. The salaries are more, but not in proportion to how expensive it is. That's why everyone in New York is stressed and cranky all the time.
Yeah. It's awesome. You should come live here.
There's more job opportunities. I guess that's why we stay here. But other than that, I kind of don't know why we stay here.
I don't know. It's like we all fell for this whole New York thing. It's cool. It's a cool place, but it's expensive. And like for me, all my family's here. And Jay, I think all your family's here also. And
yeah, but I'm starting to think New York's a scam.
It is really expensive. It is kind of stupid. It would make. Where should we move?
I want to move somewhere where it's not extremes in the summer and winter, because it's way too hot in the summer and way too cold in the winter.
I just want to go somewhere where it's warm, like always.
Yeah.
I don't need seasons. When people are like, "Oh, but wouldn't you miss the seasons?" No.
No.
Why would you ever
No.
miss the seasons?
No, I wouldn't miss the seasons at all.
Yeah, you know, if I really want to see the season, I'll fly to New York in the fall and then fly back and go. Glad I don't live there.
And that'll still be cheaper than paying New York City rent.
Yeah. There's this blog I look at sometimes. It's called Mr. Money Mustache. It's this guy. Well, first of all, the guy like retired at age of like 30 and lives in like the small town in Colorado. The retire part's pretty cool, but I don't think that's happening. But he basically lives in this town where like beautiful town. They get like 350 days of sunny weather, something like that, and everything's like cheap. And I was like, but you're not like in a big city.
When I think of Colorado, I think of snow and cold.
Apparently, they get a lot of sun though.
I just think of South Park and like alpine skiing, and I guess the northern part is, I don't know.
I just do associations and go with that. They apparently the weather, like I think gets really cold at night. During the day, it can get, depending on the season. I don't fucking know. They get a lot of sun. Okay.
All right.
Is there a chat room? Is there anyone in the chat room?
Even Steven left. Steven scared everyone away and then left the goddamn chat.
Oh, good for you, dude. Glad we do a live show.
I swear he's trying to get banned today. He tagged you in 2 different dildo posts, and I had to delete them both.
Oh, thank you for deleting them. Steven, stop tagging me in dildo posts, okay?
Apparently, he didn't know that all your friends and family can see that when he does that. He thought just you would see it.
Yeah, it's weird. Don't do that, okay, Steven? If you do that, I'm going to unfriend you on Facebook.
I
That's
don't.
Weird.
Well, I also don't believe that because you're young and you should know about the internet.
Is he arguing with you on Facebook now?
No, I don't know what he's doing.
Oh, okay.
He's probably sneaking across the border so he can murder us. Because I told him not. I told him to be nice to Ralph.
Let's go. Let's move on with Facebook questions.
Andrew writes, "What is your favorite bar in New York City?" And Jay, you can't say that gay bar from your birthday. That is also a callback from.
Yes.
An episode
Jay
ago.
likes gay bars.
I accidentally picked a gay bar for my birthday.
Snafu. It's in the 50s on the east side. It's a very chill bar where you can. They don't have like a kitchen there, but you could order in food and eat food there.
Okay.
It's just a very chill bar. Always have a fun time when I go there. What about you?
My favorite bar just closed, which was Rapture in Astoria.
Which bar?
Rapture in Astoria?
Oh, Rapture. Oh,
Yeah.
that closed?
Yeah, I didn't tell you the owner decided to just start pocketing the rent and not telling the other partner, and the landlord evicted them after 3 months of that.
Wow.
I walked past one day, and the other owner, who I guess was just she wasn't ever at the bar. Like, he was the guy who was at the bar at night, but she was I don't know what she was doing, but she was in there like selling everything. The lights were on, and she was selling like the seats, the couches, like everything. And I asked her what happened. She told me the whole story about how he said he was paying the rent and just pocketing it. And
That's fucked up.
yeah, it was the best bar. I was there every Friday for like 3 years.
Yeah, I remember you used to actually go there a lot.
Yeah, you've been there a few times too.
Yeah. I've been there for a couple times. Trying to put the Nick game on.
Yeah, I know. I
I
can
forgot
see
all about
and
the
hear
fucking
you.
Nick game.
So, I guess I would go with maybe B-side on Avenue B. It's the last dive bar in the East Village.
I used to like Plan B, but that really was it was basically an absolute Plan B. We'd always go there at the end of the night if we were like, okay, nothing else has happened. See if we can like hook up with a girl at Plan B.
That's weird. I was there a bunch of times too. We never ran into each other.
Yeah,
I would
maybe,
always go
maybe,
at like
maybe we hooked up on the dance floor.
I would always go at like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah, I'd go there pretty late.
I remember I was wasted once, and there was that little room off to the side with like there was like 3 benches there, and I was talking to this girl, and I look over and I'm like, that guy has an annoying face. She's like, yeah. I'm like, I'm gonna throw an ice cube at him, and I just took an ice cube, threw it right against the guy's face, and he's like yelling at me, but I'm pretending like it didn't happen, and he doesn't come over to us, and I'm just looking at her like, he's going to punch me in the face in about 4 seconds. And he yelled for about a minute or two, but never came over. And then I guess he gave up and just left. Nice random 3 a.m. story after like 7 rum and cokes.
nice.
It's a pizza place now.
Oh, it's not there anymore?
No, it's a pizza place.
Fucking city. Apparently, the city's really expensive because nothing can even stay in business.
Yeah, a place that's packed until 5 in the morning every single night. Couldn't stay open.
Yeah, I mean, every time I went there on the weekend, it was I haven't been there in a while, but it was always goddamn packed.
And I guess I still like Niagara. It's on Avenue.
Niagara's okay.
Mm. Ever since they lost the basement, it's lost something though.
They lost the basement?
Yeah.
I don't fucking go out anymore.
They're renting out the basement to a different bar, so you have to like go into an alley and go around the building to get to it, and it's like a different bar.
Oh, that's kind of bizarre.
Yeah. But they took out all the seating in the back and made that the dance room now. I don't know. It's all weird.
Is it demeaning if your son says to you, wipe me? Daddy, wipe me?
It shouldn't be, but I feel like it probably is.
Yeah, it's a little bit, when he goes to the bathroom, I mean, that's what he says.
I feel like
Now that he's
every
potty
kid does
trained.
that to their parents, but even though it's so common, you're probably like, yeah, I hate that.
Yeah, I don't tell him not to because I do actually have to wipe him. And I'm glad that he goes to the bathroom and doesn't need diapers anymore. But it's still like, Daddy, wipe me. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I have to always like take a breath.
Yeah, this is my life.
Facebook, keep moving. We'll do. Obviously, Brian's not coming on, so we'll do our top 5 soon.
Ali writes, what are your guys' views on those hoverboards everyone is riding nowadays?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Have you tried them?
No, they look like fun.
Yeah, I'm sure they are fun. It's like the new skateboard.
I mean, they're probably not the most convenient thing, but they look like they're fun.
Yeah,
I don't hate them as much as I feel like I should.
I don't know why you really hate them. They're kind of a cool thing. It's just that, well, here's the thing. They're not, you'll start hating them when they're everywhere. Right now, they're not everywhere.
That's true.
They're still kind of like, you see them, you're like, oh, that's kind of cool. I want to watch it. It's not like everyone on the sidewalk has one. They're going to run into you.
Combining that with cell phones is going to be a goddamn nightmare.
Some places are like outlawing them anyhow.
Really?
Yeah, like you're not allowed to go on the sidewalk with them, and you can't really go on the street with them. So I don't know where you're supposed to actually use them.
It's pretty much the same thing as walking. Why wouldn't you be allowed to go on the sidewalk with them?
Because they're faster than walking.
People
It's
walk
more
too
out of,
slow
it's
in
more
LA.
out of control than walking.
People walk too slow. I honestly feel that.
Don't you want to sometimes like run people over?
Yes.
It's just like they're doing different things than you are. You're like, I'm getting to work, and I don't know why you're even in the sidewalk. Okay, get the hell out of my way.
Well, most of the time when somebody's walking really slow or zigzag, it's because they're texting while they're walking and they can't handle both.
Yeah. Sometimes I've been that person, so so it is kind of a dick of me to say that, but it's still annoying as hell.
I try not to walk in text because I know how much it pisses me off.
Jay, if I held your cat hostage, what could I get you to do? Like, you love your cat, right?
Yeah,
Or you like your cat, yeah.
That was pretty random.
I know, I'm just changing topics. Is that really random, just talking about holding your cat hostage?
A little bit. I mean,
I was hoping to have Bri on the show. We can talk together about what we would do to your cat.
we
But
could,
since
we could save that for next time. Save that gold material.
I'm just wondering, like, okay, well, we could talk about. I'm just wondering what, like, if I held your cat hostage, would you give me all your video game systems, all video games?
You don't even like video games. You just
I know, but if I held your cat hostage and I said I will give you your cat back, you have to give me just your PS, whatever the hell you have.
You're like, Jay, I'm being a dick, and in exchange, I want to be an even bigger dick because I'm not even going to play these games.
Yeah, I'm going to take your games, and I am going to give your cat back, but I'm not even going to play the games. I might throw them away.
That's fine, but then I'll steal your son and hold him hostage in exchange for all my video games.
Touche. But what was that? Would you give me the video games to get your cat back, or would you say screw the cat?
I probably would, which is sad, but I probably would.
Would you give me? I'm trying to think what else I could hold you hostage to get.
My comics?
Yeah, your comics. Can I get your comics too?
Well, now you're pushing it. It's only one cat.
What if I held you? What if I held your cat hostage? But I held your cat hostage and I demanded your couch. Actually, no, I demanded your new mattress.
Oh, there would be a bloodbath. Be some serious fighting going on.
Do we have any more Facebook questions?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, keep going.
Ali writes, every time I'm in the
Knicks
city...
are losing, by the way.
I know, I'm trying.
Losing the goddamn Nets.
Trying to ignore that. Ali writes, every time I'm in the city and I see tourists or anyone with those annoying selfie sticks, I just want to grab them and break them into 15 pieces. They are super annoying. Doesn't mean that I have pent-up anger issues, or am I totally right in feeling this way about those things?
Yeah, you're right. They're awful. They're the devil. That is when people say the devil is among us. The devil is the selfie stick.
They're terrible. I work at the World Trade Center, so it's like tourist central over there, and everyone's got their selfie sticks. It's also right by the water where you could see the Statue of Liberty. So everyone's doing a selfie with the Statue of Liberty in the background.
Do you if you're eating lunch today and you find a hair on your lunch, how do you react?
Pretty grossed out.
Will you just keep eating your lunch?
I would probably scrape away like that whole section where the hair was, but eat the rest.
I found one of my peanut butter and jelly. Just kind of took it out and just kept eating my peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah. I mean,
should I be more grossed out by finding a hair? Or, I mean, like I made the peanut butter and jelly sandwich, so it has to be like hair from my household. I don't think people are
well,
like.
That's different if you know it's like you or your wife or your kid's hair.
Yeah, I don't mind eating their hair.
It's also different if it looks like a head hair or a pube.
Right.
That's a whole different set of.
What if you think it's your own pube? Because you made your lunch and it looks like a pube hair, but you don't know who else's hair would get in there.
I mean, I would know the look of my own pube.
I'm saying let's say it's your pube hair on your bologna sandwich.
Yeah, I mean, it's my hair.
Okay, you're fine with that.
Yeah, if it's my hair, I don't care.
What if you got like a chicken sandwich at the deli and it has a pube hair?
No. You bring that back.
You bring it back, and what do you say?
I just point to it. I don't even have to say anything.
Sir. Obviously, your own hair. You're planting pube hairs. Get the hell out of my establishment.
I shave myself silky smooth, sir.
Come on. Look at you. You're barely groomed. Are you even employed?
So I get pubes and insults. I am leaving you quite a nasty Yelp review, sir.
Oh, if you leave us a nasty Yelp review, we will beg you and give you free LASIK surgery. Do you ever get your free LASIK surgery?
No, because I'm going to. But
Okay.
the thing is, my radiator situation dries the shit out of my eyes. And
Radiator situation?
yeah, I have the radiator from hell. It's right now.
I've never heard of someone having a radiator situation.
My radiator is off, yet it is pumping out so much heat. I have the fan on and the windows open, and it's 83 degrees in my apartment. It's a nightmare. So anyway, it dries the shit.
Why
out
can't
of
you
me.
just turn off your radiator?
It's off. It turned it off. The knob
It's
is
not off if it's pumping out heat. You just haven't figured out how to turn it off.
I know how to turn to the right until it can't turn anymore. That's
Obviously, you
off.
don't if it's on.
It's
Do you call your maintenance guy or your landlord?
no, because if he fixes it too much, then I freeze all winter. I feel like if it's too hot, I can open
What does he
a
do when he
window.
fixes it? He just removes it from the apartment?
It's what it probably is that the boiler room, he probably just raises or lowers the the average temperature.
Yeah. Well, that's how they work.
Right. But if
You're
he
supposed to be
lo-
able to just control the valve. You have a valve to control how much of that heat goes into your.
That's my problem.
God.
The valve is off, and it's just blasting air.
Okay, so you know it's righty tighty, lefty loosey, right?
Yes, it's all the way to the right.
I'm sure it is. Maybe you haven't learned your right and left. And
Anyway,
the guy comes up here, he's like, "Why are you having it all the way loose?" Because that's righty, and they're like, and you find out after all these years you don't know right from left.
So anyway, that it dries out your eyes when it's pumping out that much air. So the LASIK guy strongly suggested that I do not do LASIK now because I had problems with dry eyes last time. And now that I think about it, I think I did do the LASIK around this time. So I'm gonna wait until like late March, early April, when the
The guy's like, "How about you take down your negative Yelp review about us, and you just come back here never." Jay got bad LASIK, and he wrote a bad Yelp review, and now he's getting free LASIK or
Right.
free. Yeah,
a free redo of the LASIK.
yeah.
Yeah, because right now I'm getting like nosebleeds and shit because my like so dried out. It's ridiculous.
But why does pumping heat make it drier in there?
It's the radiators are dry heat. I don't understand how that works.
Do you live in Arizona?
I feel like I do.
Okay.
It was 85 when I came home. It's 83 now, and this is like an hour and a half of the windows open. Anyway, next question. Andrew writes, "What is the funniest thing you've ever seen happen to someone on the street?" I saw. Mark's just watching the game. He doesn't even care. He doesn't even know I'm talking.
Just go on with your story. I'm trying to watch the game.
I saw a lady try and walk past a street vendor, and he had like this grill leaning up against his cart.
Yeah.
And she kicked into the grill, and the grill swung into the street and hit a car and kind of scratched the car a little bit. So these two big guys get out of the car, and she sees them and points to the street vendor. Doesn't take responsibility for what she did. She just points to him and keeps walking, doesn't skip a beat. The two guys pick up the street vendor and smash him onto the hood of a car. And
Nick's lost. Fucking A.
yeah.
Go on with your story.
Yeah, so they picked him up and smashed him onto the hood of a car because this lady was a bitch and wouldn't take responsibility for her thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. The best I had was, and this is not my fault. We were trying to get a cab. I put my hand up for a cab, and the cab that was going by me, just slammed on its brakes, and then the guy behind him just nailed him. Anyway, and then we just got into a different cab. It was a cab behind him also, and we were like, "What the fuck?" And this is not our fault, so we're leaving.
Andrew writes, "What are your favorite video games to play at the moment, and what is your favorite video game of all time?" Do you have a favorite of all time, Mark?
Tecmo Super Bowl.
Is that the Super Nintendo one? Or the second one? Because I had Tecmo Bowl.
Maybe Tecmo Bowl. I don't fucking remember which one it was. It was
Super Bowl was a game.
there was two of them, right? So I think it was the second version of it.
One of them had 4 plays and one of them had 8 plays.
Yeah, it's the 8-play one, I think.
Okay, yeah, I had the 4-play one.
It was good, but the 8-play, I mean, it's twice as good. There's 8 plays versus 4 plays.
I felt like you got sacked too much when it was 4 plays. And anything more than 8 plays, I'm incapable of picking a play. So 8 was kind of the perfect number.
All I know is I was the Jets, and I managed to figure out how to way to get the Jets to win the Super Bowl, which doesn't happen in real life.
Yeah.
I don't remember if you actually could win the Super Bowl in that game. I don't remember how exactly it worked, but I remember I would just throw the ball at Johnny Mitchell, who couldn't catch in real life, but in the game he was good.
Let's see. Favorite games at the moment. I am playing Gears of War, Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time, Max and the Curse of Brotherhood. And,
Are you just making up titles?
Yep. And
I don't know if these are real titles or not.
And the new Tomb Raider.
I've heard of Tomb Raiders and Gears of War. I think Gears of War, but I may have thought that was a TV show.
No, it's a game. Favorite game of all time. I'm still a sucker for a lot of the retro games. I could play Miss Pac-Man any time of the day. Super Speed Miss Pac-Man, of course.
Okay.
Mark's really into this question, so I'll move on. What NFL?
I'm as into this question as you are into my organic milk story.
NFL. See, at least I speed through my parts.
That's cool. I take forever.
What NFL, NHL, and MLB teams do you guys support and why? Mark, I know your NFL and MLB teams, but Jay is the man of mystery.
Yeah, Jay. So, who is your baseball team first?
I was Yankees, and then I quit baseball probably like 12
You
years
should quit
ago.
baseball if you're a Yankee fan.
And I quit right before they won like 5 championships.
Yeah, good timing there.
I think I quit in 95, and they started winning in 96.
Yeah, 96 was their run. 95, they got knocked out by the Mariners in the playoffs, and they hired Joe Torre, and they went on a goddamn awesome run, which not very good for a Met fan.
NHL, I followed the Islanders until about 4 years ago, and now they're starting to get good.
Oh, I'm a Ranger fan. And even though I live in Long Island, there's no way in hell I'd root for the goddamn Islanders. And the Islanders left. I think are they in Brooklyn yet?
I think next year.
Oh, who gives a shit about them?
I don't know. And NFL is Giants.
Jets. So we really have the Knicks. The only team that we agree on is that's why we do the Knicks podcast.
Yeah. So I get to watch 4 years of suckiness and then a Super Bowl. That's their cycle.
Though this time they actually fired Coughlin, so they may actually not win a Super Bowl again.
Yeah.
I used to love the Coughlin thing. We're going to fire him. Not if I win a Super Bowl this year.
Yeah,
Fine,
exactly.
we're going to keep you for a couple more years, Coughlin.
Sure, like he's going to win a Super Bowl.
He did twice in a row. Both years they were going to fire him. He won the Super Bowl. So
Yep.
I don't know why they didn't win this year. When they should have threatened harder.
Andrew writes, have you ever shot a gun?
No. I shot a pop gun.
I have shot a handgun, and I think I think it was an assault rifle. Yeah.
When was this?
My buddy Matt from Boston has I think it was
Arsenal?
a handgun and an assault rifle. Yeah. So he has a membership at the shooting range. So we went shooting last time I went to Boston.
I've kind of always wanted to try it. I've kind of always wanted to try it. Not in the sense I'm going to actively do something about it. But if someone I knew was like, come to the range with me, I would go.
It's a lot harder than it looks.
Like what? In what way?
Accuracy.
You can't just like kind of turn around. I can't just take a gun and shoot a sniper from like 1,000 feet.
Like you see why there's these street fights, like these gang fights where there's like 100 rounds shot and like one person gets hit in the arm because it's a lot harder to aim than it looks.
On TV, they never miss. Walking Dead, I don't think they've ever missed a fourth.
Walking Dead, everyone is a perfect headshot, sprinting, just waving the gun behind their head.
I guess if it was like real life, everyone would just be dead because no one would ever nail someone.
Either that, or they would wait till the zombie got about a foot away, which is what I would do.
So so just because of the recoil, is that why it makes it so hard?
No, the initial shot's hard too. It's just, I mean, we were also shooting targets kind of far away, but I mean, you have to be really precise with your aim to hit the targets. Also, the recoil, yes, it's stronger than you realize. Like, I was holding it, I guess, too loosely, and it kept recoiling into my thumb, and I didn't realize it. And I looked down, and there's just blood all over my hand because it was like cutting into my thumb every time there was recoil.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
So I had this like huge gash in my thumb after like the round I shot off.
Wow.
Yeah. So I
That's
will
kinda
not
nuts.
be a Jack Bauer. Andrew writes, who would win in a game of basketball between you two?
Why don't we play? Let's find out. We'll have in the spring a Brink of Sanity tournament.
Okay. I would win, but okay.
Fuck you. You probably would win. I don't know. You said you played high school basketball. I did not play high school basketball.
Yeah. Let's see. Steven writes, have you guys ever seen Kill Bill, Uma Thurman, boss, white ass bitch with a fat ass?
No,
No?
I've never seen Kill Bill. I know it's supposed to be. I don't know. She goes around trying to kill people.
Well,
It's
specifically
part.
Bill.
Yes, I guess Bill. Yes. I don't know. Like it's just. I love Pulp Fiction, but then every movie he's done since has been like some weird like I'm into like martial arts and I'm not that into what he's into.
Have you seen Kill Bill 2?
I didn't see 1, but 2 I've seen a number of times.
2 is my favorite movie.
A favorite movie?
No, I was being.
What happens in the movie that's so interesting? They just fight different people?
Yeah, it's all right. It's good. It's a fun watch, but I probably wouldn't want to watch that a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen what Tarantino movies have I seen? I saw
Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs is great. More recently, he had that one where
Brad Pitt fights the Nazis. Inglourious Bastards.
I did not see that one. I meant to see. Is that good?
Yeah, that was good.
No, the one where like the slaves fight each other.
Django Unchained.
Yes,
Did
it was
not
okay.
see that.
Any more questions, or we jump to our top 5?
Steven writes, what do you guys think? Full thoughts, opinions about the rights to Fantastic Four movie situation.
Is this the thing where they're making it like really bad?
Yeah, not on purpose. They're just not good at making them. But
Oh, I thought you meant they were just trying to. Isn't there what's the comic where they're running? They keep making bad stories because they don't want to lose the rights.
No, I think you're just mixing up the stories. So Fox owns the rights to Fantastic Four. They keep making bad movies. Marvel wants it back because they're making good movies. And Fox is like, no, we're going to keep making bad movies every 5 years to keep the rights.
Oh, okay. So what's the problem?
And Marvel got mad and canceled the Fantastic Four comic.
Oh,
The problem is it's a good intellectual property, but they have a studio that's making crappy movies, and now the comic makers got mad and canceled the comics, and now there's just no Fantastic Four.
okay. So I'd counter by saying the problem is that anyone gives a shit about this.
I mean, I just think that that Marvel shouldn't get that mad because Fox saved them. Marvel is almost bankrupt.
Why don't they just make it like the super? Like, don't do the Fantastic Four. Make up the Super Five and just make the characters similar and do your own movie.
Well, Marvel also has a billion. Do you know that Avengers 3 is going to have 67 characters in it?
Yeah, there's no chance in hell I'm going to watch that.
Really?
67 characters?
Yes.
67. Concentrate on one. I want to know the story of one superhero. I don't want to see 67 of them. That sounds like the worst goddamn movie.
No, I know. I read the story it's based on. It's really good.
I'm sure you. Right. I'm sure you read. But you read the story. You read the comic it's based on.
Yes.
Okay. It's the story. What's it based? What happens in it?
There's this guy who gets these gems, and each gem controls like an aspect of like time, space, reality, whatever.
Are these the same guys that write the religious rules?
He collects all of them, so he becomes the most powerful guy in the universe. And so they need all those guys.
gems. This is gonna be a great story.
They need all those guys to stop him.
They need 67 characters who will be on the screen for like a minute apiece.
He kills 62 of them in the comic.
They kill the audience's interest in the show.
Okay.
Is he gonna kill the characters? Is he gonna kill the Flash? Kill Captain America?
First of all, Flash is DC, so he wouldn't kill the
give a
Flash.
shit. They're all the same. Oh my god! So he's gonna kill Captain America?
Yeah.
I hope he dismembers him. I hope they spend an hour him dismembering Captain
It's
America.
just a Saw movie with Captain America.
It's just like the worst thing you've ever seen. He's cutting open his spleen, and they're like, I don't know, it just kind of got out of control in the editing room.
It turned into a snuff film.
It's just they retell the movie Hostile, but they with superhero characters. Why don't they just do that instead of making the new Avenger movies with bad stories? Take old good stories and turn them into superhero movies. Like, you know what? Like, remember that movie Philadelphia where like Tom Hanks gets AIDS?
Yeah.
Have it like have Wolverine get AIDS, and just do replace every character with a superhero, but tell the exact same movie. His lawyer's in the Incredible Hulk.
And then just don't mention that they're superheroes. Like, don't acknowledge the fact that he's like big and green.
Just like they're like Hulk will speak like Hulk. Hulk will be like, it is a shame that people treat you bad because you have AIDS. Hulk smash, or with his legal reasoning. Or I don't know, what other movies could they remake that are very good, like that you could just put superhero characters into it.
The Usual Suspects.
Yeah, Usual Suspects. Instead of like the four guys, it's like the Fantastic Four. There, you'd be a better story for the Fantastic Four.
It's the Fantastic Four and Kevin Spacey, so you know who Kaiser Soze is at the second it starts.
And they let's see what other ones we could do. We could do Rain Man. The Incredible Hulk as Rain Man. That seems like a given. That's like a natural.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotta watch Jeopardy. Gotta watch Jeopardy. Because me Hulk and I smash. And Tom Cruise is played by, I don't know, Hawkeye, or I don't know, whoever else is that left out there is going to be, I guess, Captain America would be the Tom Cruise guy.
Do you think the guy who plays Hawkeye is mad? Everyone else gets to wear their like comic book superhero outfits, and they're like, "Hey, Hawkeye, you're not going to wear your comic book outfit. We're just going to give you a black tank top. You cool?"
Is that what he wears?
In the movie, yeah.
Oh,
Everyone
God.
else has their like, original look, and they just gave him like a black wife beater. It's really weird. I don't know why they did that.
I'm trying to think of other good movies to redo.
2001: Space Odyssey.
How about like something about Mary with superheroes? So make it like funny also.
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah, Spider-Man plays like the retard that can't find his baseball.
Or like Knocked Up. You could have
Do
like,
Schindler's List with superheroes.
Iron Man meets Storm
Of
at a bar.
course, the Jews got captured by the Nazis. The Nazis all were superheroes.
Yeah,
that could work. Well, I don't know why they don't let's produce movies.
I don't either. Gold mine of ideas here.
Such good ideas. I think it would be My Cousin Vinny with superheroes.
The two Utes.
Yeah, like that's like Batman on the stand, being like talking about the two Utes. He's like the court, like the part with the scene where he's like, "You're not dressed appropriately for court because you're wearing a bat suit." Why the hell are you wearing a bat suit to court? Oh yeah,
What about Karate Kid
with superhero.
with like Thor? So he beats that high school bully, like he just knocks his head off. Like he kills everyone he fights.
You know, the final scene of the movie, he does the what would you call the pelt the
dragon kick.
The crane kick, and when he goes to kick him, instead of kicking him, he just smashes him with the hammer
into space.
Yeah, it's like you're going for the crane kick and just smash him to space. It's like, but instead of the space, his bloody carcass is against the wall.
Just slowly slides down the wall, and then the movie ends.
Yeah, this is how they should do superhero stuff. I mean, the comic book story sucks. So just take real movies and put comic books into them.
It's a good story.
Oh, I'm sure it's like a fucking amazing story.
Did you say you watched like the first half hour of the Avengers and turned it off?
I just got bored. Yeah,
Jesus, what is wrong with you?
I don't know. I thought it would be going somewhere.
Gee, I thought to get the whole plot wrapped up in the first 15 minutes of the movie.
I don't know. I was just, Like right from the start, I forget even what happens exactly, but I was like, this is not that interesting.
You're
I thought
probably
it'd be more
doing what you
interesting.
do during this show and just watch the Knicks game and tweet about it. And you're like, this movie sucks.
I didn't say it was a bad movie. I'm sure it's. I should sit down and watch the Avengers. I'm sure it's better than I remember.
Like, I hated Avengers. Carmelo Anthony went 2 for 10. Bullshit movie.
I don't understand the end of the movie where Porzingis couldn't hit a three and the Brooklyn won the game.
Why wouldn't Fisher call a timeout?
God damn it.
Okay. Top 5?
Top 5. Top 5. So we came up with top 5. We were hoping to have a third person, but Bry's apparently grocery shopping.
Forever.
So top 5 TV characters that we would trade our lives for. So we would top 5 TV characters we'd want to be. So the idea being, instead of being ourselves, we get to live the life of this TV character instead. You can be a cartoon also, even though I didn't choose cartoons. But I figured Jay would choose a cartoon.
I did not, actually.
Oh, okay. So, and you have to be able to defend it. So my first one on there, I think as far as lives on TV show, I want to go Jerry Seinfeld. Pretty good life. He lives nice apartment in New York City. Good group of friends. Gets laid by a lot of hot girls. Has fun all the time. Not a lot of responsibilities.
Barely works.
Barely works. Barely works.
Yeah, he has a lot of adventures that all wrap up nicely at the end.
Exactly. Yes. There's not a lot of drama, and the drama always gets wrapped up pretty fast.
I mean, the worst drama is like he wasn't allowed to have soup.
Yeah. And also progressively went from if you watch the first season, the girls he'd be dating were like average looking girls to like the show got a little more popular, and then he's like dating Terry Hatcher.
Right. I also had Seinfeld.
You did?
I
Wow.
did. That seemed like a really gimme. I mean,
Okay.
he lives in a great apartment in Manhattan, and he works like once a year.
Goes like, yeah, you barely works, yes. Sam Malone, Cheers.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
You're a bartender. You have like 3 clients.
I have, yes, I am a former baseball player, had some glory, own a bar, get to hang out all day with my friends, shoot the shit, and have wacky adventures, and sleep with a lot of hot women.
Does he?
I think so. The whole thing wasn't he like he always like he's getting women on the show, but he ends up wanting the women he can't get.
I never watched enough of the.
Oh, I was a big fan, and not that it has to be like I'm just saying. Both Seinfeld and Sam Malone seem to have like pretty good lives.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I'll take that one.
Okay.
I am going to go with. You ever see the show Psych?
Yeah, once I saw the first episode.
Okay, yeah, I'll go with that guy, Sean.
Why?
He basically doesn't work. He conned.
Everything's like he doesn't work.
He conned the police into thinking he's a psychic, so he gets to solve capers and get paid for solving capers. He ends up. He basically all he does is hang out with his best friend and date a hot cop and solve capers. It's a pretty good life.
So basically, having fun with your friends, not really working, and hot women make are basically all our characters.
Living the dream.
I'm going to say the next one is a little bit controversial, but I'm going to go with Jack Bauer here. And I know we talked about him, but here's my rationale.
Yeah, I want to hear your rationale for this.
So you think he has a tough life, but it seems like I think in total he's had 8 bad days. Most of his days are really good. Every year he has 1 bad day where his like wife dies or something like that.
Yeah, but it's usually like somebody he loves. He got tortured. He died twice during the show.
But he is such a badass. There's no manlier character ever on TV than him.
He's not allowed in the country.
He fights like he is a superhero. He is more a superhero than Batman.
Didn't he get tortured by the Chinese for like
He gets
2
tortured
years?
every episode for like months. Not months. The Chinese had him for a while, I guess. That probably part of it was probably not the best part.
So
he
in
saves the
season 2,
president.
he died.
He saves America. Like he saves America a number of times.
So you're cool with the torturing and the dying and having everyone you love die.
I think, but it
Dating
always
that
happens like it's like Monday and Tuesday's gonna be a good day. Wednesday I'll get tortured, and Thursday and Friday I think I might go home early.
You have to date that terrible girl who just cries every episode. She is the worst.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Maybe this wasn't the best choice.
No, it was a really bad choice.
I was just thinking most of his terrible things that happen to him all happen in a day. So it's just like you have to get through that one day, and then you're scot-free for the rest of the month.
Then you just cry until the next bad day because everyone you loved died.
You do have some bad days. And I guess a lot of his daughter seems to live. I think that's the only one that lives. I don't think I've made it through all the seasons.
His daughter who thought he was dead for like years.
Yeah. So you're not like a good dad.
His daughter who thought he was dead while he was getting tortured by the Chinese.
Yeah, I mean you have some weird stuff to cry about in your life. But you are a superhero and you save America like every at least once a year you save America.
Okay. My number 3 is Archie Bunker.
Yeah, he always has money problems. He kind of struggles a little bit.
He struggles a little bit, but
you have to bang Edith.
You have a doting wife. You get to sit.
You see Edith though. You have to sleep with that.
Yeah, well, look at him.
Yeah, but this is what you're gonna do, and the rest of your life is banging Edith.
Yeah, but you just get to sit in your chair and scream racist stuff all day.
Is that what you really want to be? Like, well, any character is allowed to be racist is me. I'm cool with it. And you get to fight with your son-in-law all the time.
He opens up a bar.
Was that a later season?
Yeah.
Okay. But you fight with your son-in-law about like politics all the time. Meathead, whatever you call him.
I feel like dads always fight with their sons about politics anyway.
Yeah. But you get like stressed. You're pretty overweight.
That means he's well fed. Edith is probably a hell of a cook.
Yeah. He's got a banger though.
I'd still rather be Archie than Jack Bauer.
I think Jack Bauer is better than Archie. Okay. My next one, I'm going to take the dude from Justified.
Really? The main character?
Yeah. You don't like him?
The guy who gets his ass kicked and beat up and shot at like every episode.
He's pretty cool though. He's also a bit of a superhero kind of guy.
Yeah, he's cool, but he gets punched in the face pretty much every episode.
He's a pretty cool guy.
He's cool, but he got shot a bunch of times.
He gets shot at. He doesn't actually get shot once or twice.
Yeah, he did get shot once or twice.
Yeah. I think he's he gets
I'm only on season 2, and he's gotten his ass kicked at least 4 times.
He gets some attractive ladies. I just think he has like that cool, like even when he's like he's got like the cool like thing going with the bad guys.
You're just a glut for punishment.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to think of like I'm trying to think of some characters that I think would be fun to be. I guess him and Jack Bauer wouldn't be fun, but he'd be kind of a cool. You'd be very much a badass.
Yeah.
Okay, who's your next one?
Barney from How I Met Your Mother. Probably the easiest one. He's rich. Nobody knows what he does for work. He bangs a girl every day. Goes to happy hour every night. Bangs Robin.
Slam dunk, you win. Except for the fact that he goes weird and marries Robin. And then don't they get divorced at the end?
We're not going to count the last 2 seasons.
At the end, the last episode that was terrible.
I quit in the middle of season 7. So I don't even know what happens the last 2 seasons. That show got really bad.
Do you want me to just tell you right now?
I don't even care.
I'll just tell you. If I remember this correctly, the last season, which you had told me, the last season is all about the wedding. It's like it takes place over 2 days. But Barney gets married to what's her name? What's her name again?
Robin.
Gets married to Robin. Then they eventually divorce. Then she gets married to then like she's the whatever. Who's the main guy? The guy that like wants to meet his mother, meets the wife,
Ted.
whatever.
Ted.
What's his name? Ted. I think she
dies.
She dies, and then he ends up with Robin. Then I think Robin died. I don't know who died.
So basically, in episode 1, everyone said he's going to end up with Robin, and they said no for 9 years, and then he ended up with Robin. That's great.
Yeah, I think he ends up with Robin. I think so like the whole thing is the mom has been dead. Why would the mom be dead? What kind of fucking messed up show is this? It's a comedy. You don't have to introduce cancer into a comedy. Who puts cancer in a comedy? You know what would be great if the main character gets lupus. What the fucking shit is that? But How I Met Your Mother, with superheroes. The
Okay.
Flash is banging all these girls.
Mm-hmm.
Have you met the Flash?
Well, I mean, Beast and Iceman always go to bars in the East Village anyway.
What? What the hell are you talking about?
In the X-Men comics, Beast and Iceman always go to bars in the
Beast?
East Village. Yeah.
There's a character called Beast?
Yeah, he's like the original
What
X-Men.
kind of like lack of like original naming do you have here?
Have you
This
not
is
seen
Beast.
the X-Men movies with Beast?
And I guess I've not paid that much attention. I've seen like 2 of the X-Men movies.
Well, he's in 3 out of 5 of them, so I guess
I
you
must have
saw
seen the 2 that they were. He wasn't. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know how much attention I paid to these movies.
I feel like you don't pay attention to any movies you watch.
I really don't. Redo Interstellar and put comic book characters in that.
No.
That would make the
Ugh,
movie better.
that was the worst movie.
That really was. I know we've gone off on that movie before, but I was just thinking about how bad of a movie that was. It's one of those movies that gets. I just hate movies that get such amazing reviews, and you watch it, you're like, "What the fuck are people talking about? Like,
Yeah.
what's wrong with me? I hate this movie."
Yeah, wasn't
That
that
and,
I
did you
thought
see
it was all
Birdman?
right. I thought it was terrible.
Did you see Birdman?
No, after your rave review of it, I decided to pass.
Yeah, it didn't win Best Picture. It was so bad, and also that movie, not bad, but it was like pointless. Was the Boyhood? Did you see Boyhood?
No, is that the one that's filmed over like 12 years and there's like nothing?
Yeah, it's shot over 12 years, and so it's like the kid ages. But you watch the movie, you're like, in like 12 years, you couldn't come up with like a coherent plot. It's just a bunch of different things happen, and there's like, okay, that's what happens to a boy, and there you go.
Great.
Yeah, it's very like weirdly. It's just like a bunch of like. Now he's 12 and some stuff happens. Now he's 14 and some stuff happens. Now he's 16 and some stuff happens. And you're like, and now it's over and you want your 2.5 hours back. Doogie Howser.
Okay. It's weird we picked the same actor, just different ages.
That is actually funny.
So you're a
Yeah.
doctor at like 14.
Boy genius, doctor at 14. Wanda's pretty hot. I'm good there. He's a medical genius and he gets Wanda.
Yeah, and with 20-year tenure, you could retire at like 34.
I'm sure he's probably good at the stock market also.
All right. Yeah, I can't argue with that one.
What's your next one?
Pee Wee Herman. You get to live in that
Oh, God.
insane,
Oh, my God.
crazy, awesome house. You get to hang out with Cherry, and you get awesome people popping by.
Pretty sure he like molests that couch when people leave.
You get
Okay.
you get Phil Hartman showing up and Cowboy Curtis.
Wow.
You get the king of cartoons coming to your house to personally show you cartoons.
Yeah. Okay. I can't really argue that much with this one.
Everything in the house is awesome, and you live in the house.
But then you have to like. I feel like on day 2 that would be kind of annoying, and then you're like, shit, I live here.
No way. Every day.
Word of the
is like-
day. Window.
Well, you don't have to take the word of the day. He asks the
You have to do all this shit every day.
he asks the robot for the thing. He likes it.
Yeah, he's really into like. You're like by day 4. You're like, goddamn robot. I wanted to play video games. This sucks.
I think he has the best life.
Okay. I would actually give you Barney probably as the hands down winner of this contest.
All right.
What did we learn today? Or do we have more for the show?
No, we're done.
Okay, what did we learn?
We learned that Mark is an endless fountain of baby stories.
I am. No blog, so this is where I tell them. Whatever.
We also learned that we probably shouldn't do shows during Knicks games.
Yeah.
Also, they lost to a terrible team, so that's kind of stupid.
Not good, Jay.
Anyway, did you learn anything?
I learned Jay takes it personally when I try to talk about holding his cat hostage.
We learned that we finally got some people posting questions, and one of our listeners scared them away.
Yeah.
Although I'm glad that we got a question from a female, and he didn't go crazy and scare her away, so that was nice. Did we learn anything else, or are we wrapping this up?
I think we're wrapping this up.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll be back next week. thebrinkofsanity@gmail.com. Brink of Sanity 3 on Twitter. The Brink of Sanity on Instagram. You can leave us a voicemail, 631-676-1181. And why don't you subscribe on iTunes and leave us an iTunes review? That would be great. Oh, brinkofsanityshow.com is the website. I am on vacation next week, so I think I am going to do some 1001 rants for the website.
Awesome.
Yes.
I am excited.
All right.
Cool.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody. It's all over. Goodbye. It's time to go. This is the end. Say goodbye. You better go away. I'm going.